My topic comes from patreon.com/kindafunny. It's from Corey Simpson. Corey Simpson writes in and says he's glad he can help out. I was wondering if I can email you a short video along with my topic. The video is of an EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, I got while driving home by myself one night that is extremely clear. If you let me, I'll explain in the email. I'd love to see what you think of it. Maybe provide your best idea of an explanation. So he's talking about ghosts coming through his radio. Okay. So this is his video here. It's titled "Real Ghost EVP Caught While Driving." So let me pause that, drive that back, do this, click that. No, well, that's not what I wanted. There you go. Turn it up here. This is an ad. That's Dave Fenoy, but that's an ad.
Dave Fenoy still doing a lot of work. Good job, Dave.
Good job, Dave. Right, here's the EVP. He's singing.
You got support from the diaphragm, bro.
And Nick talked right over the part where the EVP happened. Hold on.
Okay.
So I'll pass it around for everybody else to hear it. It's basically like...
And how funny would it be if this motherfucker just sent us a video, hey, I think there's a ghost, and it's just, hey, I'm a ghost.
His email goes like this. First things first, I know I'm not going to win a Grammy, so I get it that I suck. But this is how it happened. I was driving home from work alone around 8:30 p.m. on an empty back road in eastern North Carolina. No houses or anything around, no radio or anything. I play guitar and wanted to learn to sing and play at the same time, so to see what I sound like singing, I had my earbuds in listening Tomorrow by Silverchair on my iPod. I was recording on my phone to hear myself. When I listened back, I almost crapped myself. I have a brother named Jonathan, so that makes it scarier. He's a fine man, but something I'll never forget. So I guess he's thinking this ghost says Jonathan. So let's play it again.
That was freaky. I heard Jonathan at that point. But I mean, here's the deal. What are we supposed to glean from this? Is it that
he wants real? He wants our opinion on electronic the EVP.
I've never heard of this term.
Really?
No.
Oh, see, now growing up after Ghostbusters, there was a stage in my life as a little kid where I was going to be a paranormal investigator. So I bought all the Hans books. I forget his names. I don't want to say his last name.
Hans Zimmer.
It wasn't him. No, it wasn't Hans Gruber. It wasn't Hans Solo. It was with a Z. Anyways, he had all these books about real ghosts and how it was, and like his investigations and poltergeists and all that stuff. EVP, is when you let something just go in an empty room or whatever and listen. Then you listen back and try to pick up voice phenomena. Sightings covered this very well, of course. Everybody remembers Sightings, the ghost alien show on Fox. That was amazing. It scared the hell out of me.
I don't believe in ghosts. So
yeah,
I don't think that's this goes back to our whole religion and God thing, man.
Sure.
It's all interconnected, and I don't believe in a spirit or a soul. So
you don't believe in your own soul?
No.
Okay.
I believe that I have a personality and a brain and stuff like that, but I don't think that I have like a
beautiful. Both are beautiful.
Nick confirms personality.
I don't think I have
brain.
like a transcendent, some sort of spiritual thing in me. I don't think that.
Yeah.
So sure.
Kara was like super into all this like ghost hunting stuff, and like she watched all the shows and like was super into it. I think when she was on the show, her topic was ghosts. We talked about that, and like she would make me watch so much of this. And it's just like, it would be all this, where it's just like, they're in the room, like, did you hear that?
Yeah.
And then like they rewind and they play stuff back, and it's like, if you noticed, it sounds like they said this.
Yeah.
This was the name of this person who died in this building. It's just like, this is so contrived. This is keeping up with the Kardashians. How do you believe this? Like,
yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. You're just entertained by it. Like, oh, wouldn't that be crazy?
Yeah.
It's so creepy. It's just like, I don't get it. Because like this, to me, I hear that, and it's like, all right, even if it does sound like Jonathan, to me, all that is, all right, there's radio interference or something. Like,
yeah.
What I want to know is when you're on the phone and all of a sudden you start only hearing yourself, and then you hear like random other conversations.
That's
what's
weird.
That about?
Yeah, that's weird.
But then again, what's that about? That's just okay. There's
Signals
different lines.
Science.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Science.
I mean, it's the same when we had a topic a while back, like what would it take for you to believe in God or in Jesus? And someone, I think the person that asked the question was like, would that person need to show up in front of you? Even if it's almost a moot point at this juncture. Bigfoot, all these things. Because I'm never going to believe it. Because I know how I mean, look at freaking any movie that comes out right now. It's photo. I saw a Fiat commercial yesterday. I was like, wait, those aren't real cars. Like, it's so easy to make this stuff, to replicate this shit. A kid with the full Adobe suite, Cinema 4D and Google can figure out how to do this shit.
It took
in, like,
Colin
half a night.
seeing the droid actually on stage to believe it was
that
real.
it was real, right? Like so.
Yeah, I didn't believe that was real until I saw it.
I mean, I'm sure most of the. By the way, I'm sure a lot of the movie, like he's probably fake because they're probably like, oh man, I can't get the fucking gyros to go. Just comp him in. At a certain point, you got to kind of call a spade a spade. But yeah, I mean, with that stuff, like my gut is just like, why? I mean, I would have just added that in to screw with us. That's what my.
Well, I'd say it's a pretty empty excuse of why you're filming yourself and all this stuff. And like, spoiler, you're not a good singer. Why would you play guitar and sing?
I like how now we're straight up calling this fool out.
He knows he's not a Grammy winner. I'm just saying, but it's a weird
he
thing.
He definitely doesn't have the range or the tone. but
neither do I.
Neither do I. Yeah, I mean, I play drums and bass. I don't pretend to know how to sing. I agree with Nick in the sense that like this stuff was much more alluring
back in the day,
in the pre-even computer era.
Everyone has a fucking phone.
Yeah,
now.
like
Why
I don't
have we not seen
so,
Bigfoot?
So I am 100% certain that that's nothing. And I'm not saying he doctored it. I believe that he believes it's something.
Yeah.
But I think that to Nick's point, like you can't really believe much of anything anymore. And this goes back to that conversation you brought up about God and all that kind of stuff. If there were ghosts and stuff like that, we would have conclusive evidence by now that there were ghosts. Just like we'd have conclusive evidence that there's fucking Bigfoot, but there's not Bigfoot and there aren't ghosts. You know what I mean?
What gets
I'm
crazy
sorry.
about this though is like people have these experiences and they're like they swear by it, and it's just like they're like, this happened, I don't know what to tell you, and it's like this happened, I can feel this, I know this, and it's like it's so hard to argue it because you're just like, you're wrong, and it's like, no, you're not.
Yeah, but
that's it. That's where that ends.
It's not even worth arguing about anymore, because imagine if there were daily aliens visiting the Earth, right? And people were capturing that and putting them up on YouTube. We would all think it's fake. We'd be like, nah, it's so easy. Oh, I know how to do that with After Effects and like the glow plugin. Boom. Light across the sky.
Yeah.
Easy. It's done, right? Like it must be easier now more than ever to cover up anything by the United States government, because all I can do is say fraud and no one can prove it.
That's
and
fake.
by the way, but by the time we're done disproving that or anything like that, I mean, it could be months. We're on to the next 50 things that we're talking about. You know, we have the attention span of children that just raided a fucking candy store these days. Like they're just snorting Twix bars. And they're just going at it, right? You know what I mean? But that's who we are.
Like the caramel, that just doesn't sound good.
Maybe they're mashing them up, bro.
Well, even if you mash it,
Why
like
don't you just snort a pixie stick?
Maybe they're snorting a pixie
man.
stick. But you guys understand, like it's so hard to keep up with shit that is real. And then like you know,
like Kanye.
you start trying to dig into real news and you're like, I don't even know what the credible news sources are anymore, let alone like if people are editorializing. It's just
news and entertainment have crossed over.
They're just like, you know,
They've
like look at
fused.
Fox News. It's crazy.
They're all like that.
Yeah, it's like, they are literally like my
not
wife
just Fox
watches
News. I hate when people say
MSNBC and CNN, and I'm like, oh, man, they're just sensationalizing everything nowadays. It's crazy. So I don't know. I mean, I heard something as to what it was. Maybe he should ask himself a couple questions. One, was the radio on? Two, was there someone in his backseat just saying the word Jonathan over and over again? Jonathan.
I think
How did you get back there?
you know, like I think that there's usually logical explanations. It reminds me of like the whole moon landing hoax thing, which bothers me so much because it's so obvious we landed on the moon. But there's some people that and there's like just physical evidence of it now. You can just look in your fucking telescope. But you know, people are like, well, the flag doesn't move and all this kind of stuff. I was like, there's explanations for all this. You know, NASA's not, you know, they're not stupid people. But like there are things that feel supernatural that aren't. Like I suffer from sleep paralysis, and it's horrifying. And you feel like when I sleep on my stomach sometimes I can't move, and I'm awake. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I have to like force myself out of it. And it takes time. And one of the things about sleep paralysis is that you feel like there's someone in the room with you. Because you're horrified.
Like people always talk about like,
yeah,
it feels like somebody's on top of you.
Yeah. And like you feel like someone's watching you or there or like and something like that. And you just have to overcome it. It's like it's not supernatural. Like there's something wrong with me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like
physiological.
Yeah, it's just like
something's wrong with me.
No, but
something wrong with me.
that's what it is. And you know, people talk about it when you're in these stressful situations. Like if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you're stressed out, your brain can produce chemicals that'll make you see shit. I mean, you can hallucinate. That's why that's why that term exists. Hallucinations. Like you can see shit that's not there because you're terrified and your brain's producing insane amounts of chemicals, right?
Yeah.
So you really, again, I do believe in the other. I do believe that there are things out there that just we'll never be able to explain. But the sad thing is, I don't think we'll never be able to explain them because we won't have the scientific means by which to do so. I think we'll never be able to explain it because we're dumb shits with no attention span that even if it were real, we'd be like, whatever, fake, Kardashian. Fake. Kardashian. You know, that's just how the brain works these days.
They're real.
They're 100% real.
Kardashians and Germans taking it on the chin this episode.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how I feel about ghosts. Never figured it out.
I remember in Linkin Park's Reanimation CD, there's a Place for My Head remix. At the very end of the song, there's a part where I swear to God, it's me saying my best friend Curran's name. Curran? And like to this day, I'm convinced that it's me.
You think you time traveled back there?
Something happened.
Wow, I can't wait
And
for
that was the ghostliest thing I've ever experienced. That I'm like, I can't explain that because
Sure.
that's me saying his name.
That's a good one. That's scary.
Yeah,
that's
that's-
your ghost went
There
back
I'm
in
going.
time and did that.
Mhm. But I know I didn't do it.
Yeah.
So ghosts aren't fucking real.
Okay. Colin, it's Nick's topic.
Yes.
Do you need to run
you need
and
to
go
go?
watch the Islanders?
No,
I
I
feel
think
like
puck
you
dro-
can
I
go.
think puck drops at 4:30. So
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I will not feel
I'm
bad
good.
if you need to
No,
take
no,
off.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. According to NHL.com, it's at the 4:30 puck drop.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Puck drop.
For
So
those of you
then,
out there-
before starting Nick's thing, then yeah, for ghosts, I don't know.
I'm a motherfucking ghost.
I believe in God. I believe in supernatural stuff. But yeah, why don't we have videos of ghosts yet? Come on, get it together. Amityville Horror.
We do.
Straight out of Long Island.
It's called the remake of Poltergeist. I'm not seeing it.
Okay.
Well, Casper.
Unlike.